Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. I want everybody to meet Angel. She's in my room today, so she's gonna be in some of the videos. Today I'm gonna be showing you my physical TBR for 2024. So the first books I'm gonna start off with are all the romance books I want to get to this year. So the first, book series that's my top priority for 2024 is the Chestnut Springs series. I've already read the first one, Flawless, and I loved it. I love small town cowboy romances, so I want to finish this series this year. I'm definitely going to be reading this one next because I just finished Ruthless Vows. I want to read this one. I do have the other third and fourth book, and I know there's one more, but I don't have that one yet, so I need to get that one. And then, following the theme of cowboys, I want to read Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. I have heard so many good things about this book. It's really short, and I know there's a second book. It's either coming out or it's already out. I don't know, but I'm excited to read that one too. This one I'm probably going to get to pretty soon just because of how short it is. Then I want to read Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. I've never read a Lauren Asher book before, and I know everybody talks about how good her books are and stuff, so I really want to get to this and see what all the hype is about. Hopefully it's good. And then I want to read Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I also have never read an Emily Henry book before, and I've only ever heard good things about her writing. This one I think I'm gonna save till the summer. I don't know if it's like a summery book, but Emily Henry just resonates with summer to me. Following the Emily Henry author, I also really want to read Happy Place this year too. I know it came out last year and I was gonna get it last year, but I really want the paperback. I've been waiting for the paperback to come out, and I'm pretty sure it's coming out in March this year. I'll be buying that and reading it this summer. Then I want to read Funny Feelings by Tara Dwight. I don't know what my cat is doing, but I have heard a few things about this book. I'm not really sure what it's about. The cover makes me think of fall, so I'm probably gonna be reading this in September or October-ish. Then another book I want to read in the fall is The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. This book, between the edge of fantasy and not fantasy, I think, but again, I don't really know what a lot of these ones are about. I think she can see ghosts and she falls in love with the ghost. I don't know. I really want to read it this year. Then the next book I want to read, I'm not doing these in order. This is just throughout the year what I want to have read. Is Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. This book has been on my TBR for so long, and I've just never gotten to it, and I don't know why. I know it's sad, so whenever I'm in the mood for a sad read, I'll probably be reading this. There's obviously more books I want to read than just these, but this is just my physical TBR. There's ones that I either don't have yet or are on Kindle Unlimited. Then we're getting into all the fantasy books I want to read this year. So I want to read The Grace Year by Kim Lidgett. I think that's how you pronounce it. I think it's about these girls, how on their 16th birthday they get banished from their town so they can come back to get married, and they've been purified. That's what I got from the back, but I really want to get to this. Then I really want to get to The Prison Healer by Lynette Nani. This is a YA, I think, a YA fantasy, but I've heard such good things and I have such high hopes for this book. My expectations are up here, and usually that's a bad thing with the book, so I'm kind of nervous because every time I have high expectations, it's always kind of a letdown, but hopefully this isn't. I think there's 2 other books in the series. I don't know if she's going to be releasing more, but yeah, I'm super excited to get to this book. My sister is also going to be reading this year. So then I want to read One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. This book, it's a duology, I'm pretty sure. Again, I'm not sure what this is about, but Sarah Crowley recommended it. She also recommended The Prison Healer, and I trust her, so I want to get this one before The Prison Healer, I think, just because this is a duology and it's shorter. I'm definitely going to be getting to both of these this year sometime, but yeah. I think there's a fog that comes in, and it's poison or dark magic or something. I don't know. The cover is beautiful. I love the corners, and yeah. Then I read Caraval, I think 2 years ago, and I loved it. It was my favorite book series for the longest time, and so I've been wanting to get back into that world. I've been wanting to read Once Upon a Broken Heart for the longest time, and I think I'm gonna get to this year. So Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I love Stephanie Garber. I love her writing, and I know whatever she writes, I will love it just because of how it's written, and the way she tells stories is just so good. I know it's like a fantasy series, but Caraval, there was not much world building and it was such an easy read. It was not confusing at all. I'm hoping this is along the same lines of that. I expect it will be, just because that's how she writes. There's 3 books in the series. My sister has the first 2, so I might borrow the second one from her. I want to read this so bad because I absolutely love Jax in the Caraval series. I know I will love this. Then what I'm most excited to get into this year, ACOTAR. I'm going to start A Court of Thorns and Roses so bad. I've been wanting to read it for so long. I've just always been so intimidated by the series that I just never thought I was going to get to it. But now my sister's reading it and she's convinced me. So I think I'm going to start it sometime this year. This probably will not be until later on in the year because there's other books I want to get to and I know this is going to take up most of my time. I probably won't read this until the summer, maybe even the fall or winter. I know a few things about the series just because of how hyped up it is and how much it's talked about, but I don't even think I know like the premise of what it's about. Like I know there's bat boys and like different courts, I think, but that's pretty much all I know. I hope I enjoy it. Now I think I'm actually going to talk about all the books I just want to read this year besides just my physical TBR, just because I don't have that many books in my physical TBR, which I didn't realize until now. So this year I also really want to try reading Throne of Glass. I know it's really unrealistic for me to read all of ACOTAR and Throne of Glass this year, but I've just been so interested in Throne of Glass. I think more than ACOTAR. Throne of Glass is just so long and it feels like just such a big commitment, and I don't know if I'm ready to make that big of a commitment yet. There are also some books on my TBR that haven't been released yet, like the 3rd book in the Icebreaker series, and I think Emily Henry's releasing a new book this year. I really want to read that one too. This year is such a good year for book releases and I'm so excited. I don't know, these are all possibilities. None of these are definite, so if I don't get to some of these this year, don't be mad at me because, again, this is just what I want to read this year. I'm definitely going to read some of these. I'm definitely going to get to the Chestnut Springs series, but ACOTAR and Throne of Glass is more just like possibilities. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this week's video. I'm going to be posting every Tuesday, so once a week. But yeah, I know this video was kind of short and sweet, but I will be getting better. I'm still just starting out. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next video next week. Bye!